I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I got another news story for you, and it's another follow-up from the interview I had with Miss Miller. It's about the 80,000 chemicals that are on the market today, and how this relates to you. Okay, and don't forget to go to my GoFundMe page and donate to my campaign, because I need your help so I can expand my channel, so I could do this full-time instead of part-time, and bring you more important news that's going on, especially the news, and give you information that the mainstream media doesn't want you to see. Right, there are around 84, or this is from alternate.org, and there are about 84,000 chemicals on the market, and we come in contact with many of them every single day. And if that isn't enough to cause concern, the shocking fact is that only about 1% of them have been studied for safety. This is important because women are exposed to more of these chemicals than men are, because they'll use more personal care products than men do, and especially when you go on with the makeup and nail polish and other items that just women use. Okay, many people don't think twice about the chemicals they put on their bodies, perhaps thinking that the government regulates the personal care products that flood the marketplace. In reality, the government plays a very small role, in part because it doesn't have the legal mandate to protect the public from harmful substances that chemical companies and manufacturers sell in their products. Federal rules designed to ensure product safety haven't been updated in more than 75 years. And new untested chemicals appear on store shelves all the time. Under federal law, cosmetic companies don't have to disclose chemicals or gain approval for the 2,000 products that go on the market every year. And removing a cosmetic from sale takes a battle in federal court. Okay, it's high time these rules are revisited. Not only have thousands of new chemicals entered the market in the past several decades, there's overwhelming evidence that the public is unnecessarily exposed to health hazards from consumer products. And then it goes on a little bit. Formaldehyde is a good example. It's a known carcinogen used as a preservative to kill or inhibit the growth of microorganisms in a wide range of personal care products. And it goes on a little bit. Formaldehyde has been linked to spontaneous abortion and low birth weight. So I'm sure other chemicals are also linked to spontaneous abortion and other problems with pregnancy and newborn babies, and maybe even fetuses that are unborn and only developing in their mother. So right now the politicians are not protecting pregnant women and unborn fetuses enough, because of them not trying to regulate formaldehyde and probably numerous other chemicals that cause the same issues. Okay, this article also goes on about how Dianne Feinstein and Susan Collins introduced the Personal Care Product Safety Act so they could more strictly regulate the chemical industry and make sure that the EPA and some of the other organizations can actually regulate them and stop them from selling any products that have harmful substances in them, and have the government agencies actually test some of these chemicals and make sure they're safe. But this bill didn't pass at all. But also the Guardian also has an article about this. And it's 2 years old, but it's still important information. Because one of the laws that was written a long time ago was the Toxic Substances Control Act. And I believe this is a law that the EPA can use to regulate chemical companies from producing harmful chemicals or putting these harmful chemicals in products that we use. Because unlike the current system in Europe, the 60,000 plus chemicals in production when the US's TSCA took effect 39 years ago continued to be used without any safety reviews. The U.S. allows the use of many chemicals that are banned elsewhere, and its primary chemicals law has failed to keep up with the thousands of chemicals currently in use, including approximately 2,000 new chemicals introduced each year. All right. The debate has been in full swing for several years as the Senate has considered several versions of a bill to reform TSCA, none of which have passed. Okay, major sticking points include how the bill will treat stricter state chemical laws, how chemicals will be reviewed for safety, and as Senator Barbara Boxer of California has said, how will the bill will protect public health, which is a big thing. Because that's what it's all about, is making sure that the public is being protected from the chemical industry, making sure they're not poisoning us just to make a profit. So what we need is state laws stepping up when the federal government has failed. Is we need state governments to say, you know what, we need to protect the citizens, make sure that the chemical industry can't just run roughshod on us and just poison us with all these unsafe chemicals. So they have done that because some states have passed stricter laws restricting the use of some flame retardants or endocrine disrupting chemicals. More than 150 state laws in 35 different states now restrict and regulate chemical use, according to Health and Environmental Organization Safer States. At least 28 states are expected to consider further chemical legislation. But this was back 2 years ago. So the numbers could be a little bit different now. Alright, I'm going to go back to the first because this will wrap up greatly what has been going on in the last 3 decades. Okay, the EPA's ability to obtain safety information and set regulatory standards as outlined under the Toxic Substances Control Act has fallen far short of expectations. This is due to a combination of limitations in the statute and a series of events over the past 35 years, including reduction in the EPA's budget in the 1980s, changing political leadership and shifting agency priorities, limited oversight by Congress, and successful challenges by the chemical industry to limit the EPA's authority. And I think the last one was the biggest one, was that because of the corruptive influence of money in politics, the chemical industry bought off Congress and said, you know what, make sure the EPA has no teeth so we could make a whole bunch of profits and just make sure they can't block us from just producing a whole bunch of different chemicals. So that's what they did, and that's what's been going on.